Right, morning. Not the best night's sleep ever at all last night. It took me about 2-3 hours to get off to sleep last night, and then it was a really broken sleep last night. But I did also have in my broken sleep, do a bit more research, and I found a specific trout lake fairly close to where we left the van. So still the plan to go up to that other lake tomorrow, today even. And we'll stop over that way later on today somewhere. That does actually take us out of the national park there, so we can wild camp and build a fire wherever we like, really, up on that lake where we're going today. So yeah, really quite interesting. I just accidentally came across a lake that is specifically for trout, so it'd be nice to do a bit of fly fishing and a catch and cook with some of those. Right, just boiled up some water, so I'm going to have some breakfast. I've got another filled meal today, so we've got blueberry and vanilla oats, I think it is today. So looking forward to getting that down. Probably not going to manage the whole thing, but... And then it's a case of packing everything up for land-based travel today, which is not too far. But still, it's a hell of a lot to stick on my back, but at least the food parcel is going down a bit because we're getting through quite a bit of food, which is a good thing. Right then, so time to start packing away, and we're day 5 now, and I can easily say everything's gone into a really smooth routine now. When we first started off, everything was packed in the bags, and it was a case of, oh, where did I put this, where did I put that? And then you'd also find that, you know, you'd be paddling along and you think, I could do with a coffee now, and then you realise that your food stuff is packed away inside of your raft. So everything's become more of a routine with stuff out that I need to have for during the day, and things packed away that I need to keep dry and I don't need for later on. But yeah, it's become a routine now so that everything gets packed away in the right order. So when I come to camp like this, it's the tent that comes out first, and then the sleeping bag is at the top of my clothes bag and things. So yeah, it's all going well. So all packing away now. Right, I've got a sweat on, just packing my bloody bag. So there is the beast. I'd hate to think, I keep thinking, oh, it'll get lighter day by day, but actually I think it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know why the mat's sticking blooming rocks or something into it every time I'm packing it. Or Jared's getting his own way back when I made him carry 6 kilos of coal up to the top of a mountain when I told him he had 2 in his bag. But yeah, we're all ready. It is an absolute glorious day. So going to be sweating the proverbials off a little bit later. Nearly ready? You nearly done?
Yeah, I'm good to go, mate.
And we've got a short walk over to the next lake.
I'm impressed with the rucksack.
Yeah, I am really impressed with it. Right, all good?
Yeah.
Onwards, Christian soldiers. Right. Thank God for that wind. I said about 23-24 degrees today, so this shouldn't be too much of an effort. I know coming down the valley, and I don't think we're too far from the next lake. That's an easy trail. Time for a breather in the shade, I think. Have a little look at the map, see how far we've got left. Cut off where that's sort of like the border of the national park there.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, because that looks like it's in a valley.
Yeah.
So far this is the highest point that we've been to, about 280 we've got to walk up to now, which is not masses, but for someone from Suffolk it is. Well, this is a damn sight easier on this road, even though we are going uphill in the blistering sun. Lovely. Oh, it is an actual portage then.
Yeah. Not marked on the map. That
No. So this is just a short lake, this one, and then we've got to do a bit of bushwhacking with the Packraft on the other side. It shouldn't be too bad though, really. I mean, this is marked as a portage, so up at the other end, I don't know whether that is the portage. I'll have to have a look on a paper map because it's not marked on the outdoor active maps. Right, we're good to go. Whoop. We ain't got far until we haul across to the next lake. So it's only a tiny little lake. Pond, should we say. This one is. Beautiful though. Really quite shallow. Close. I just thought, oh, I'll throw a lure in there, and I've left my fishing rod at the portage. What a mistake of a maker. Huh? All these people that head up to Mallorca and all of these places to get the sun, and look, they've come to Sweden, and it is roasting, absolutely roasting. With the wind to get through this. This is tiny, absolutely tiny. You can just scrape through. Hey, we made it. We made it. And the wind's picked up. Right, just coming up to the next portage. Means I can get out and re-inflate my seat, because I obviously haven't closed the valve properly, and I'm starting to feel like a bit of a jelly baby wedged between two wine gums at the moment. And this is just a short portage, this is, so we'll just be carrying boats across this way. Right, there we go. Made it to this absolutely amazing, massive lake. So this is going to be today's little adventure today, just poodling around here, doing a bit of fishing, and we've noted a couple of big islands in the centre of this lake that hopefully one of those is going to be our camp for tonight. Got to do a bit of packraft maintenance. Both of my dry bags that are inside the packraft, they're all slipped down one side, and I did actually notice this morning, a bit of a schoolboy error, that as I was packing it, there are actually loops that you can actually tie your dry bags onto to stop them moving about inside of the boat. But I'd clipped both dry bags together, so one was down one tube and the other was down the other, and just held at the back because they were clipped together. But what's happened with the portage of boats up and boats down, it's all slipped at the back and then it's all shot down one of the tubes there, so it's a bit sort of off balance, as it were, listing to port. So I'm just going to sort all of that out. We're just going to have a 10-minute break and then get out there on that. Right, away we go. Go and explore this lake. Well, nothing on the fishing in this lake. Might be a bit too bright for it. So we're just going to pull over and have some lunch. Alright, what we got for lunch? Very squashed caramel bar by Reel on the Go. Bag of elk jerky. That'll do us nicely. Right then, so lunch all done. The wind's picked up, as you can probably hear. So it's off and on actually, so you get a little gust of it come through and it's quite strong, and then it will all calm down again. So it's overcast a little bit, so hopefully that's going to help us with the fishing. But we're all coffeeed out and had snacks and had some lunch and whatnot, so we're going to jump back in the rafts now and see whether we can find some fishing holes in the lee of this wind and hopefully get a few fish on the pack rafts. Oh, this is lovely here, isn't it? It's now 20 to 4, and the idea so far is that we've got a hell of a long walk tomorrow, so we might try and find a campsite near to where we join the trail tomorrow, so it just saves having to take everything out of the rafts and then re-inflate the rafts in the morning, so we can just pack up tomorrow for land-based travel. But if we come across an absolute beautiful campsite on one of these islands here, then we might take that. You know, it's not a great deal to reset up the pack rafts. Right then, so we've got to get across this lake onto the other side and then go around the headland on the left up there, and that's where our put out is tomorrow to join the road to head back down to tomorrow's hut. So bit of a wind as we come across here, bit of a side wind. Right, so we've come to our put out here. We could have camped on the islands over there, but we've decided to come over to where the road starts over here. So the plan is now, because it's still 4 o'clock and we're still full of beans, we're going to pack up and start walking the road back to the Dano hut where we had our lunch on the second day. It's probably about 6k, but we're on a road, so it's not going to be too bad for most of it, and then we've got to cut onto a trail, and if we see somewhere where we want to camp, we're going to spot and camp there. So we're just going to pack all of this lot up and start making our way. So we've got a bit along this road, quite a bit along this road actually, and then we join a trail down to the first lake that we were on the first day. Oh, this looks nice. Well, getting tired now. We've got about a k to the road, and then we've got a choice of either walking up the road for a bit and then carrying on down another track, or we can keep on this trail. This trail's not too bad, to be honest. It's beautiful coming through this forest. Just see some big mammal tracks and no idea what they were. Oh, I believe this is the road now. Oh, it's even closer than what I thought. So just have a quick check on the map, and a bit of a water break, and we haven't got too long until we get to tonight's camp. I think that was a really good decision to come this way actually, instead of trying to find a campsite there, because what it's done is actually given us another day, because we're back at our lunch stop on the day 2, and we're going to paddle back to the tourist centre tomorrow, and then back to the van and just sort out some of this gear, and then we're going to hit Overland, which is the second biggest lake in Glaskogen. And then from there we found a couple of trout lakes that you have to pay extra for, and one of them's got a hut on it as well, so that sounds fantastic, that does. So we'll probably pack raft round to one hut, stop the night, and then walk down to one of the trout lakes. Should be good. Right, so we're all washed up, well sort of washed up, actually worse than what I went in to be honest, because it's really beautiful crystal clear water for about a foot, and then it goes into about 3 foot of mud and silt, so I've actually come out more dirtier than what I went in. But cracking day today, really enjoyed it. That last lake was absolutely beautiful, wasn't it? Oh, just fantastic. How about owning one of those cabins? And think about what this place would look like in the winter, just walking out from your cabin, drilling a hole and fishing for some of the deep water pike. It must be absolutely fantastic. So we're at Camp 5 now, so we're literally where we had our lunch on day 2 now, and then it's a straight paddle back into the tourist centre tomorrow, where we can just resupply from the van and then head up onto Overland tomorrow. So just lit the fire. I'm just going to boil up some water, have something to eat, and really just hit the hay, I think, because I am absolutely shattered. Right, I'm going to finish this off, have my brew, get in the tent. I'm going to listen to my audiobook, a great audiobook. I'll stick a link to that actually in the description. It's really good. It's a packrafting trip, about 1,000 miles this couple do from Seattle all the way to the Aleutian Islands, walking, skiing, packrafting, no motorised transport. It's an absolute brilliant audiobook, so I'll stick it in the description below. So anyway, I'm going to finish this up and I'll catch you in the morning.
Here we go, all we need